3 things that Hollywood cinematographers do with light that we probably don't do. Number 1, cinematographers, especially in Hollywood, always try to avoid flat lighting. What's flat lighting? Let me show you. Flat lighting. Look how light the light is just evenly across my face. There's really no shadows, and all I did was position the light directly behind the camera, and this is the flat light that we get. Hollywood cinematographers try to avoid this because it adds no depth to my face. Now all I'm going to do is take this light and slightly move it to the side. This is how we can correct that. So if I just take this light and then slowly just move it over here to the side like this, look at the difference it made. Now we got this shadow here on the side. You can see more depth and dimension in my face. So basically, we don't want that flat light. We want this. This is what we want here. And if you look at any Hollywood movie, most of the time you will see some type of shadowing, some type of depth in the face. Again, we want to avoid this flat lighting. Stay away from it. Now the light I'm using is the WeeYLite WP35. They were happy enough to send this out to me to do a review on it, and I'm gonna go ahead and be using this light as my example. It's an LED panel, which basically allows me to just full RGB colors, and it does have CCT mode, which I can just do my standard light. I think it's 2800 Kelvin all the way up to 6800 Kelvin, which I'm using at the moment. It does have some barn doors on the front of it, which allow me to kind of focus a little bit of the light. It is a soft light, but it's not as soft as I want it to be. And that gets me into my next thing that most cinematographers in Hollywood do. They always try to manipulate the light, bounce it, shoot it through something, diffuse it. They want this soft light. It could be softer right now, but let me show you what it looks like if I was just to show you just what the WP35 looks like straight out of the box. Here I'll show you what I'm doing here. This is the light, and it's at 100% right now. I could back it off a little bit, but I choose to use it at 100% because one thing I'm doing that many cinematographers in Hollywood do is they diffuse light. And this is what I'm using, just some parchment paper. I'm taking this, and the light is already fairly diffused here a little bit, and I'm even going for a more softer look. So what I do is just clip this onto the front of the light here, boom. And it gives me a little bit more softer look. Again, if I wanted to even take it up another level, I could do what they also call in Hollywood book lighting, where they take the light, bounce it into a white reflector, and then that light that comes back is also diffused again, which I'm not doing at the moment. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab my 5-in-1 reflector and show you what that looks like. All right, so I got the WP35 here with the parchment paper on here to diffuse it. And then again, if I take this 5-in-1 reflector here, which is the scrim side, you can see that we shoot light through it. And if I put that up in front of here again, just off screen there, now look at those shadows. It's even more softer. Again, you know, pay attention to right here in my face, right about here. Before and after, even more softer. Super fantastic if you really want to get that nice cinematic look. The WP35 also has an 18-volt DC power supply, which I thought was very cool. You can also hook up NPF batteries. Also, you will need 2 of them to work it, and then you can go handheld with it when you connect it to the handle, which is very cool. This light also has Bluetooth capabilities, and it has this really nice app. The app is actually one of the best apps I've used on a light like this before. Again, I can go through the color corrections. We got 3000, 4000, 52, we got 55, 6,000, and then we all the way up to 7,000 as far as color balance. And then I can still go in here and adjust them how I want to individually, or I can just use the presets here. Super fantastic. Another great feature on this is we have an HSL mode, which if I click that, it gives me basically free range here. I can go scroll through, choose any color that I want in the rainbow, which I thought was also very fantastic. And again, I can control the dimmability again. And of course, with these type of lights, we also have the option for built-in effects. There are plenty of effects in here. Let me dial in a couple of effects here. Whoa, there's my blinking bulb. I've got candlelight. We've got flame, and they allow me to also adjust the speed of the actual effect. We got TV here, again, if I'm watching. And then there's a mode. I can just use the CCT mode, basically the color correction, or I can go full RGB mode. If I click on RGB, now we're gonna get more into the colors. Fireworks here. Boom, there we go. We got some fireworks. We got our ambulance, police. a whole bunch of them, so super cool. Another thing that a lot of Hollywood cinematographers do that we kind of do here a little bit on YouTube is basically trying to add depth to the scene using lights. If you can see here in the background, I've got this red light on, and then also in the corner here I've got this amber light on, and the reason why is just to try to give some more depth to the scene. Again, we're watching our videos on a two-dimensional plane, and this really just helps to try to add as much 3D depth as possible. I'm going to turn off all these lights and show you what it looks like with everything off. Now this is what it looks like with all the background lighting turned off, and again, it's just really much me in the scene, and it is kind of dull and boring. Again, to really get that depth and separation, we really need to add those lights in the background. And again, that's where the WP35 or the WP35 can come in handy. At the moment, I'm using it as a key light, but if I have my other lights up, I would use this as a background light to throw some color in the background, which I'm using here. So again, if I just throw the color on in the background, boom, okay, that gives us a little separation now from off the background, and it adds a little bit more depth in here. And then what I'm going to even do is, you can see here, where's it at? There it is in the shot. That little cove there kind of just blends in, like it's just like there. But by me just turning on that light, it really gives another whole section. You can tell that there's more depth to the scene. Let me turn that on. Now it's just a simple little light in there, but just look at the depth, adding even more dimension, separating this room from that room. Now we know there's even more depth there. And then again, I even throw on the monitors just to break me up from off the background here, because you can kind of see right here I blend in. Let me turn the monitors on, and that's what the monitors, it's just a little bit, it's just adding another little layer of light back there, again, just to get some separation from me off the background. So if you really think about it, we've got me here, we've got the computers in the background, we've got that red wall, and then we've got that orange cove of light. That's just adding a lot more depth. Next time you watch a movie, especially on interior shots, pause it and just notice from where the subject is how much layering is going on in the background as far as lights and colors and different things that they're doing. And another good combination, they like to use warm versus cool lights here. You can see I've got the red light here, which is kind of warm, and then I got the orange light, which is again kind of warm, kind of counterintuitive here. But if I was to switch this to maybe a blue light, let's switch to something like that. Here, now we've got the cool blue light and we've got the warm amber light. You will see this color contrast a lot in so many movies. You'll have that amber light and you'll have that blue light, or vice versa. So definitely take a look at that. This is something that can really help us take our videos up to another level. Now, if you're interested in the WP35, which I think is a great little light here, I'll have the links down in the description below. And again, if you guys are more into about things that really help us to get that cinematic look, I have this video here where I talk about some of the essentials that are actually kind of underrated as far as beginner filmmakers equipment you need. Take a look at this video and it should help you guys out. Patrick Levar, keep filming. It's the only way you'll get better. Peace.